Alright, so now we're going to take a little spin on things. We're going to do things a little bit differently. I know if you know me from my comedy videos. This is going to be much different. I'm not just into comedy. I like sports too. And one of my favorite things is sports entertainment. Ever since I was a little baby boy, I like to turn on the wrestling. I've seen every single Mania live since Wrestlemania 14. I've been to Raw, I've been to TNA. I even wrestled myself when I was about 19, 20 years old. Been watching it since I was 4. I'm now 30. That is 26 years. So Kalisto and Ryback go on when they're about, 20,000 people are there out of the 100,000 people. There's these huge lines. I've got buddies that are actually at the event sending me videotapes of these lines. Everybody's trying to get in all at one time. I don't know if they scheduled that in a fucked up way or not, but nonetheless, Kalisto and Ryback end up wrestling with about 20,000 people in the arena, which is still a lot of people, but kind of sucks for Kalisto and Ryback because I kind of felt like, Ryback is an underrated big guy. He's only got a few moves right now. He's not very good on the mic, but he looks a lot like Goldberg, and I think he's made his career off of that concept, how us and our nostalgia effect, our fucking Attitude Era memories of Goldberg. Anyway, so he's trying to be the new Goldberg, right? So, Kalisto does a few of those luchador-type moves, and it's a really cool match. I thought it was good. It deserved to be up higher in the card, but Kalisto wins, of course, defeating the evil, obnoxious Ryback. They've tried everything with Ryback at this point. They've tried face, they've tried heel. I don't know what they're going to do next. Maybe he just needs to be better on the mic, Next, the Dudleys put the Usos over. That's no surprise. It needed to happen. Usos have gotten stale. Dudleys are hardcore professionals. They can lose any day, any time, and still be over. They're amazing athletes. They'll go to the Hall of Fame. They were back in the archaic fucking ECW days. ECW. 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 You gotta fucking love those days. Anyway, I'm gonna do a little fast forward in here and jump around a little bit. Because if you watch the show like most of America, you're going to get fucking bored. So I need to spice it up for you. So one of the big shockers, and there's lots of shockers on WrestleMania night, there always is. They have to keep the audience suspended. Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder climbs to the top of the ladder and retrieves the Intercontinental title. Much to the chagrin of America, nobody's seen that shit coming. Nobody. But you know what? I feel like he deserves it. The man took a shitty, crappy-ass gimmick that he had to do. He was told he had to do it. Just a terrible fucking gimmick. And turned it into something that he could get over with the audience. One of the hardest fucking things to do in pro wrestling is to get over. But when you're given a gimmick that is fucking stupid, it's even harder to get over. The man did it. And he stands atop that ladder and he grabs that fucking Intercontinental title after what was a badass ladder match. And he took his WrestleMania moment. So kudos to Zack Ryder. Congratulations. It was the shock of the night, but goddammit, you earned it. Whoa, whoa, whoa! You know it. Now, since Stardust lost this match, he's teased it going back to Cody Rhodes, which was his first gimmick several years ago. I think it did really, really, really good, and I think he should go back to it. He's done a lot of shit over the years that's really cool. I really like the paper bag thing he did quite a few years ago, but we really shouldn't do that. We should take Cody Rhodes seriously at this point. He's a very good fucking athlete. One of the best they have. And an awesome wrestler. He grew up in the fucking business. His daddy's a legend. And really, we should just go ahead and let him roll with his name, I think, at this point. I'm down. Stardust was cool, but let's try something different. New Day in the League of Nations was really fucking cool. I love the New Day. They're over as fuck. The silly-ass gimmick works just fine for them. They're great actors. They're always funny. Yada, yada, right? Then you got the League of Nations, which is the group they assembled of all the most boring heels, and they put them together and try to make it work and go over that way. But anyway, League of Nations has great wrestlers. They just need better gimmicks. That's just, you know, and they're thinking maybe when they put them all together, it creates the perfect gimmick, like Legacy, or, you know, pick a fucking stable throughout time. Anyway, nobody's going to be as over as New Day at this point. New Day's fucking... They come out with a box of fucking cereal and people go absolutely goddamn bananas. It's a crazy, crazy thing. God. For those wondering, Francesca was not injured. Didn't see Francesca get injured anyways. I was inebriated throughout at least half of the pay-per-view, so I'm going to be a terrible reviewer here. Sorry about that. Love you guys. Anyway, not a bad match. Shane and Taker. Let's talk about Shane and fucking Undertaker. Holy shit, the bed. Oh my god. That motherfucker jumped off the top of the cell. Off the fucking top of the cell. And if you haven't seen it now, Google that shit. Shane jumps off top of Hell in Cell, Wrestlemania 32, and you'll see that shit. Oh, it's on the fucking network for free. Just put in your shit and you can see it 100 fucking times and you're gonna want it. Dude jumped 25 feet off at the top of the cell onto a table that was empty. Taker moved. Shane fell. Fucking ridiculous. I'm surprised he's not dead. It was great. To my knowledge, in the WWE, there have been several athletes that have been climbing the cell and fell off the side onto the table, maybe 15 feet in the air, 10 feet in the air. But Shane O'Mac and Mick Foley are the only two that I can remember that fell the entire way from the top of Hell in a Cell. Now, if you didn't think that Shane had charisma and talent and all that shit before, oh, I bet you're fucking flamboozle-goozled. They tore the fucking house down. They went in the cell, out of the cell, on the side of the cell, behind the cell. You name it, they were fucking there. It was an incredible match and something you probably need to see. Dean fucking Ambrose and Brock Lesnar. Now that shit was intense. Let me tell you, they went all over the place, and I know that Dean has quite the history. I've seen him take light bulbs and land on barbed wire and fucking go through tables and other wrestling federations. He hasn't done anything as extreme as he used to do in other federations, probably just because he's not allowed to. This is the WWE. They are PG or what the fuck ever. They really try hard to not push the envelope too far, you know. Everybody wins in this fucking match. They brung the house down. It was great. Something I've been looking forward to for a really long fucking time, and I'm really glad I got to see it live. But your winner, of course, the incomparable Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks, and Charlotte. God damn, what a match. Some people are saying this is the best match of the night. Fucking athletic competition. Completely separated the sexy little girls that just shake their asses and can't wrestle versus the women that are actually physically attractive and hold the ability, the athletic ability, to participate in professional wrestling. Fucking great athletic competition from beginning to end. Of course, Ric Flair's there. Ric Flair's there always to support Charlotte and her athletic endeavors. She is the women's champion. She retains the women's title in a fucking awesome-ass wrestling fest that proves that women can, in fact, wrestle. They then unveil the WWE Women's World Championship, which looks just like the men's WWE Heavyweight Championship, the one with the WWE on it, except it's got a red backdrop. It's really, really, really legitimate. I love it. Take away the butterflies and shit. We want to see women wrestle. porn is something I watch on the side. When I watch wrestling, I want to see wrestlers wrestle. So bring in the fat, ugly heels and let them wrestle too. That's my take on things. So then The Rock shows up. Yeah, blah, 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 blah. Bucket A. The Wyatt family comes out. Wyatt standoff against The Rock. The Rock takes out one of the Wyatt members. The other three start to gang him. In comes John Cena, who actually gets a few cheers. Now let's talk about Reigns and Triple H. Oh, fucking A. Reigns got booed out of the building. Duh. We all knew that would happen. Triple H comes out in this evil, the most evil fashion you could possibly imagine. Stephanie's talking about how the crowd she's over the crowd and fucking they are her slaves and, you know, here comes the king and oh my God. They're really, really trying to sell Triple H as a heel, Roman Reigns as a face. You cheer for this motherfucker. You boo for this motherfucker. But this isn't 1996. Clean fucking finish. Reigns goes over. Exalted with the title in a sea of fucking boos that we knew we would hear out of the crowd in Texas. Although he did put on a good match. I'd say it was an okay match. It wasn't as good as some of the other matches on the card. I didn't think it would be. They're both brawlers, but they're both big and heavy, and they get tired, and that's just the way it is. Triple H looked better than he'd probably ever looked. He's fit. He's got the physique. He's been working out. You can tell everybody was ready for this card. But the fucking main event happened in a fashion I could have predicted without even watching the storylines or ordering the event. But alas, the motherfucking main event did not spoil the card. And I'd say it's probably a 7. They did really good. They did exactly what we thought they were going to do as far as the story was concerned. But the athletic competition between the two men was very extreme. They went back and forth, back and forth. They put their bodies on the line. They did everything that you would want in a main event. Great card, great pay-per-view. 2.7 thumbs up out of 3 for me. That's my take on things. I'll do other reviews for other events in the future. Who knows what the fuck we're going to see on Monday Night Raw now. The spectrum of everything is a little bit different than it was last night. And that's what's so fucking cool about professional wrestling.